All right, my name is Brent Kellum, and this is my IL 562 interview, and this is our principal, Dr. Lordley Ramback. And my first question for you is, how is one chosen to work on the CIP or technology plan?
Well, here at a school level, it's the principal's responsibility to ensure that a school improvement plan is written, and we choose a leadership team among our teachers to work on our school improvement plan.
Okay. What would you say your role is in completing the CIP and tech plan?
As a principal, my role is to ensure that a school improvement plan is written. I take a little more hands-on in the role where I do work with the team to develop the goals, and then I type in the plan. Typing in the plan isn't really completing the plan.
Mm-hmm.
To me, completing the plan is when you get together with the team and set the goals.
Okay. Why is it important to have these plans in the school?
Well, 100% of our students are not reaching proficiency. So we do need to have a school improvement plan to better our instruction, look at our data to figure out where our students are, and then arrange our instructional practices around that data.
Okay. How do you feel these positions influence student achievement in the local school?
I think that it causes us to really examine our student data, and therefore we can identify students with special needs. We can identify students who need some acceleration. We can identify students who maybe are just below performance level, and really work with those students to bring them where they need to be.
Okay. How do you determine priorities across the school so that the school's vision and mission are accomplished?
Well, that leadership team really comes together to determine those main goals. Typically, just with the way that we are held accountable, reading and math goals always seem to be priority.
Right.
Because of our accountability process.
Okay. How have these roles of technology and comprehensive improvement evolved since you first entered in education?
This is my 20th year in education, so when I first started, it was a big deal to have 3 or 4 classroom computers. So definitely a one-on-one technology plan such as what we have is a step above what I had as a classroom teacher. And the internet, I remember when we got email in school, so that's definitely taken us further in technology. But as far as instruction, my goal is for us to use technology to go beyond what we could do without it. I don't want us using technology to replace worksheets.
Right.
So I hope that we are giving our children experiences that really prepare them for the real world.
Okay. How are your roles and responsibilities different across school levels, such as elementary, middle, high school, things like that?
Well, here at middle school, of course, we are the only school that takes children and receive children, and give children to the next level. So I think a lot is put on middle schools because we don't start with them and we don't end with them.
Right.
We start transitioning between 6th and 7th to 8th grade to graduation plans as opposed to just basics in education. The elementary school teaches them to read, and then somehow while they're here, they transfer into what we can see as adults and graduate and go into the high school to meet those goals.
Okay. How do you think it's different whenever those responsibilities, how do you think they're different?
I think...
I'm sorry, we just answered it. Similar, I'm sorry.
It's similar, well, you're working with someone's child
Right.
throughout the process, and just because a child is not 6 or 7 years old anymore and they're 12 or 13, we still have to have patience with them and work to meet their needs and look at individuals.
Right. Okay. What changes do you think need to be made in order to give a greater impact on positive student achievement?
Well, I think that there are a lot of things that we can't necessarily change. We can dream big and change class size, and we can change building structures and that sort of thing. But if we want to look at what's in our circle of control, I think that we can work harder to meet the needs of all students. We can plan engaging lessons. We can teach students real life skills.
Right.
We can integrate writing and make sure that they are able to read technical material so that they're ready for the real world.
Okay. How does the position of, say, principal, assistant principal, superintendent, school board, those types of things affect the decision making of a school and the school system leaders?
Well, I think that you're talking about how my position in
Right.
our school leaders are very good to listen to us as principals and listen to what we need in schools. We have some very distinct feeder patterns in our district, and as a feeder pattern, they're very good to give us what we need specifically in that feeder pattern. Some things are non-negotiables across the whole county, but our schools on the east end of the county don't need what the schools on the west end of the county do sometimes.
Okay.
So we are able to impact those decisions.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
time. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.